Oh my God. It is episode, I don't know, 34 of the Keep On Trucking podcast. Yeah. Yeah. No. Your boy was sick, dude. Your boy almost died. I don't know if I almost died. But yeah, dude, I fucking, this is the first time I recorded in like a month. Oh, your boy got a job? Your boy got a job at a car wash? But I don't think I work there anymore, dude. I don't know if I either got fired or I quit. I don't know, cause I got sick, and then I didn't tell them anything. I just didn't go back. I went back like a week ago to grab my check, and then the guy was like, "Oh, hey." When he saw me, when he heard my voice, he was like, "Hey." Oh. And then he gave me my check cash, and then I told him like, "Yo, I'll call you like when I'm better." And that fool was like, yeah. And then I left. And then I called him. I called him on Tuesday. And then I told him like, yo, I'm ready to work. And that fool was like, you sound like shit. Don't come to work if you sound like shit. What do you got? COVID? Don't come to work. And then I was like, no. I was like, I'm fine. And he was like, don't come to work. And then he was like, come on Friday at 10 if you feel better. And I was like, all right, dude. And then I woke up Friday, like to go to like I woke up on time, but I felt fine. And then I was like, fuck that place, dude. And then I didn't go, dude. Honestly, nah, dude. That place was pretty fun to work at. It was boring, but it was fun, dude. I worked with a bunch of like just old immigrant dudes, and the owner. The owner of the place is a trip, dude. That fool was a fucking trip. Like one day it was like really slow, right? So I was just waiting out. I was just waiting outside. There was like no cars and shit. So I was just standing there by myself. And he's like some old. He's not that old. He's like probably like late 40s. Some like Puerto Rican dude. And then he came out. I was just standing there, and he comes outside. And he was like, hey. It's slow. You want to come inside? You know, fucking, so you don't freeze out here to death. And then I was like, yeah, man, thanks. And then I went inside, and then he was working the cash register, right? So I go inside, and he was just sitting on the couch, not doing anything because no fucking customer. So he was just sitting there, and then I sat down, and then I was just kind of looking at him, and then like a customer came in. And then this fool like mad dog the customer. He was like, and like, so the customer didn't know that he was a manager or that he worked there or anything. So the customer like walks in, he's like looking around, he like grabs like a thing, like looks at it, he fucking grabs another thing, and the manager's just like mad dogging this fool. He's just like fucking looking at him. And then the customer he grabs all his shit and like he like walks up to the cash register. He sets it down, and he's like kind of like looking around, like, is there like someone gonna come help me? Meanwhile, the two employees there, me and the manager, are just looking at him. And then I've never worked the cash register in my life, so I'm just looking at, and then I'm looking at the manager. I'm like, are you gonna fucking like, I'm like seeing if he's gonna help him, and the manager's just like. Just staring at him, mad dogging him. And the customer's like, kind of looks around, waits like maybe like 2 minutes, very politely just grabs the stuff he picked out that he was gonna buy. He like goes back, he fucking puts it back in its spot, and then like just like walks out, and the manager's like, fucking asshole. So that's why I've been coughing, dude. I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and she was like, try not to cough. That was her advice for me for being sick. She was like, try not to cough, huh? Oh, fuck! I didn't even think about that. Hold up. Get the fuck out! It worked. Dude, she's a fucking miracle worker, dude. I went to this fucking coffee shop. Honestly, and I probably shouldn't be drinking like iced coffee either. Dude, no, this is actually my first one I got sick like 2 weeks ago. That's like my first iced coffee. But I bought it. Dude, I bought the iced coffee because like I have nowhere to poop. So I go to this coffee shop around here. And then I'll be like, oh, I'll buy a coffee, please? And then we're like, sure. And like when they go make it, I'll run over to the bathroom and I'll take a little shit. So I went to this coffee shop I always go to. And like I open the door, dude, the chairs are up, like they're closing. And I'm like, oh shit. And then he's like, oh, he knows me. He's like, what's up, dude? I'm like, yo, I was like, you guys, I was like, can I get a coffee? He was like, yeah. I'm like, no. I was like, if you guys are closing, it's fine. I'll go somewhere else. I said that because I needed to poop. So like there's like a restaurant I could like sneak in and like order a coffee there and use the bathroom. And that was like, no, it's fine. He's like iced coffee, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, for sure. So he made me an iced coffee and like fast. And everybody's like cleaning up. It was just him and another guy, and they're like cleaning up, and it was like. And he gave it to me, and then I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I don't want to go to the bathroom." So I just like walked out. I buy the coffee there to use the bathroom. So this time I just bought a coffee, and I didn't even get to go to the bathroom, dude. And like I try to poop fast. Like I try to poop quick when I'm in public places, because like one of my biggest fears is I come out of the bathroom and there's like a line waiting for me. That was like dude, that's for sure one of my biggest like my heights. It's heights, and I get vertigo when I get vitiligo when I get dizzy, dude. When I go really, really, really high places, that's my number one fear. And then it's like it's coming out of the bathroom and there's like a line waiting for me. So this is what I do. I'll like time myself when I'm in the bathroom, so that way I'm not in the public bathroom for more than like 5 minutes. So dude, this one time I was at a bar and I went to the bathroom and I timed myself, right? And I was like, all right, and fucking someone started banging on the door, and then I was like, what the fuck? I looked at my phone. I was on there for like a minute. I'm like, whatever, dude. And then they started banging. I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. I was like, I didn't even finish. I squeezed it out, and then like I put my pants up, and then I washed my hands and shit, and then I was mad, dude. I opened the door and I was like, what the fuck? Well, not like that, but I opened the door and there was this lady, and then I was like, well, yo, what's up? And she was like, you've been in there for 15 minutes. And I was like, no, I haven't. I've been in there for 3. And I pulled out my phone and like my timer was on. She was like, what the fuck? So I just imagine how. Oh, dude, I don't even know if I want to talk about this. I don't even know if I want to fucking talk about this shit, dude. All right, fuck it. All right, because like if I talk about it, I'm gonna include the clips. And Jesus Christ, I bombed, dude. I bombed so fucking hard at a show. Like I've been doing like stand up for almost 5 years now, dude. And I shouldn't be bombing this fucking hard. Like, dude, oh my, like it was so new to me how hard if like in stand-up terms, like if you don't, bombing means when you're eating shit on stage and nobody's laughing. Dude, I shouldn't be bombing this fucking hard. Or maybe I should, I don't know, but I didn't know how to handle it, dude. Like this, I was doing so bad, and then my brain fucking blanked. Like it blanked out. And then I have the clips. And I'm gonna, oh fuck, dude, this is gonna suck editing this shit. Cause I'm gonna I guess post it. But Jesus Christ, all right. So, but this is how cool. All right, fuck it. Here, let me. This guy's name is Yorgos Maraveluza. I don't know his last name. Yorgos Maraveluza. He's like some Greek dude, and then he had like an idea that he's gonna gather like some comics that he likes, and he's gonna fucking rent out a podcast studio. And then he's gonna like interview us, and then he's just gonna like release it. It's called Upstart Comedy if you want to look it up. But oh my god, please, I don't know how my fucking. So he fucking rented out the Andrew Schultz podcast studio where they do that shit. So like he was investing money in this, and he fucking. So he's like dumping money into like this show that he's producing. So he was like interviewing us. And then we're gonna go, and he rented out a fucking club, and then he's gonna do it, like film the show professionally, and do this show, and then like release a podcast with the show footage and shit, and like try to make us look good, and like, you know, try to help us out in our fucking careers and shit. So I go I do the podcast with him, you know, that's fine. We fucking so do the podcast, and then the show, we go to this show at Broadway Comedy Club, and he fucking sells tickets, and like he's, you know, it's like a legit cool show. And fucking Leo Confessi, he's hosting it, so he goes up and he fucking, you know, he's doing well, he's doing fine. The crowd is good, the crowd is fine. And then I go up, dude, right? Like he introduces me, the crowd is hyped up. So I'm like, whatever, dude, you know, I do this shit now. You know, like I'm fucking like I get on stage so often. You know, I was like, well, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna do some of like the jokes that I know work. I'm gonna do the hits. I'm gonna do the jokes that always work. So like that was me, you know, right? Because like, you know, he's filming it. So I get up there, dude, and like my first of all, like I take the microphone out of the mic stand, and then I turn off the microphone. I didn't know, so I was talking for like a little bit with the mic was off, and I was like, oh shit, whatever. And when the mic is off, dude, the crowd, or like when you fuck up like the first like 10 seconds, the crowd loses respect for you, dude. They're already like, oh, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Right? So I throw out like just like a little joke about, oh, the racist here, you know, they shut my microphone off, you know, just like a little fucking whatever, just trying to be funny. Doesn't really get a laugh.
I was like, that was racism. That was racist, but it was me. It was my own fault.
I'm like, whatever. Let me just go into my jokes, because they were filming it. So I wanted to get good footage of my jokes working and shit, so I can upload them and whatever, you know. So all my jokes, they're like doing like bad, dude, like bad. Like, and then I know I seem surprised or whatever, like, and you're probably like, what the fuck? Well, yeah, like, you know, it's like, dude, shows at comedy clubs, and then like they're supposed to be fucking easy, because like, these are people that paid money to come in and watch comedy, and they're there to laugh. So I'm fucking eating shit, and like people are like, what the fuck? Because like I'm used to doing like open mics and in front of other comics, where like it's harder to make comedians laugh, because like they're just there to get on stage, and like they don't really care much for you. So fucking regular shows in front of people, they're supposed to be fucking like easy and shit. So I kind of get off guard. I get caught off guard, because like my opening jokes, they're doing like bad, like they're not bombing, but they're doing like whatever, you know. They're like they're getting polite laughs, and I'm like, what the like whatever, dude. And then it keeps going, it keeps going, and then until one joke fucking gets nothing, dude. It gets nothing, like silence.
It's a healthy relationship. It's healthy. It's the shit. We love each other.
And I was like, oh shit. So what do? I go into a brand new joke that I started working on that it's not working. Like I blanked out. So I'm like, oh, this is going bad. So let me just do a joke that I know never works. So that I fucking throw that out there, and then that gets nothing, dude. And I'm like, oh fuck. So now it's silent. It's fucking awkward, dude. There's like 40 people. Like it's fucking packed. And I'm like, oh. And I'm just up there, dude. Like, dude, this has fucking never happened to me. Well, it's happened before, like probably like my first year of doing stand-up, or like, and I didn't know how to handle it. And this time I didn't know how to handle it, because it fucking caught me off guard. So what do? I point at the guy in the front row. I'm like, yo, I was like, can I have some of your beer? I'm like, can I have some of your beer? And he's like, oh, yeah, I guess. And he gives me some of his beer. And then I drink. I think it's going to get like a cheer or like a woo. I think it's going to get the crowd back. I drink the beer and you just hear a lady go, "Oh my God."
Beer? Can I have some of your beer? Yes, please. Thank you.
And then I give him the beer back, and then I asked somebody what their name is, and then I asked somebody like where they're from for no reason, and they just kind of answer. They're like, "Oh yeah, like fucking Rhode Island," and I'm like, "Oh cool," and I'm like, "What's your name?" "Oh, tell me." Dude, and then it was this for like fucking 2 minutes, dude. It was the worst. It was like extremely uncomfortable and fucking silent. It was some of the worst shit. And then like towards the end, like I don't know how the fuck, but I brought it back. I fucking like my last 2 jokes worked and they're fine. And I just get off. I was like in shock, dude. I was like, oh my God, dude, that was the worst fucking thing that could happen. Like I bombed, and there was also so much buildup. Like Yorgos motherfuckers. Like he fucking built. Like he invested money into this fucking show, dude. He invested money into like me and like the homies, like to like put on a cool show. And I felt bad for him. Like I cost him money by doing bad. Dude, I felt bad for me because oh my God. And then, dude, I just got out and I was like, yo, I was like, no, fuck this. And this is what I love about stand-up, dude. This is what I love about fucking comedy. So I leave the club, dude. I'm like, fuck this shit. And then like an hour later, I'm back on stage. Oh, I go to an open mic and I'm back on stage, dude, and I talk about how I fucking ate shit. I did a little show earlier before this at Broadway, dude. I fucking bombed so fucking hard, dude. And like, you know how like we do open mics and we're like, whatever, man. Like, you know, they're all comics or yeah, fucking they weren't really paying attention. No, dude, they were paying attention, dude. Dude, it was an 8-minute set, and for fucking 5 of those minutes, I swear to God, it was just silence. And they filmed it, dude. I bombed in 4K. Like, dude, like it was. Like, you guys know Yorgos, the fucking the Greek dude. Well, yeah, him. So he produced like a show, and he's like, it's a big production. He spent a lot of money on this, dude. Like there was like a camera crew and shit. And I was up there just bombing. Like, I'm sorry, Yorgos. Have you ever bombed and cost somebody money? Like, but like that's why I love comedy. So I'm like, I go on stage, I eat shit. 1 hour later, I'm back on stage. I'm making fun of myself for doing so bad, and I guess I'll post it. I'll cut in the clips here. But Jesus Christ, dude, it was traumatizing. I kept on thinking about this quote that my dad told me, dude. When I would work for him, one time he owns 2 semi trucks, and I used to work for him. And one time when I was learning how to drive the trucks, I backed up one of his trucks into another one of his trucks, and I fucked it up, and then I made it terrible. Like I ruined. I'm just cost them money and shit, you know. And I felt bad, dude, that I fucked up 2 of his trucks in like less than 10 seconds. And then I guess he could tell that I was feeling bad, and he gave me some really good advice, dude, that I've been keeping in my head like this past week. Or I mean, when that was like 2 weeks ago actually, like right before I got sick. I kept this quote in my head, dude, that he told me. He said, "This is what people mean when they ask if you have experience. Like just fucked up shit, like fucking up bad or going through a terrible experience in whatever field you're in. This is what people mean. Like, do you have experience? And it's doing bad. It's fucking crashing one truck into another truck. It's doing a comedy show and just fucking failing and, you know, just like eating shit for 2 minutes. Like, that's what they mean, dude. You like, if you fuck up bad, like that's what people mean when you have experience. It's just the worst shit that could happen. And how you deal with it. And I didn't mean this to be all like corny and shit, but I don't know. I came with the intention to make it funny, but I don't know. It is what it is, dude. And that's the shit. And I think that's how I'm gonna end this episode because it's been 19 minutes. But if you're like a new watcher and shit, thanks for checking this shit out. Episodes are normally much shorter than this. But all the homies that fucking sorry for this shit being up so late. I missed almost like 3 weeks of this.
Are you calling me a racist?